Hey guys, Joe here and welcome to my channel Not So Average Joe. So I'm going to be reacting now to the new trailer for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So this is one that I've been really interested in since I heard about it. I only, I've seen some of the reports and some of the images, some of the pictures. It looks very B-movie-ish and I can't wait, I'm really excited about that. And, it looks like it's going to be quite gory and sort of hellish, more like childhood fear than what you're scared of as an adult. It's very B-movie, it's very 80s looking. But it just looks like, it's created by people who love film, who love horror films and the genre, and it's all practical effects from what I can tell, and that's what I'm all about. That's what I really love. So the story is by Guillermo Del Toro, and it's produced by him as well, and the director is Ovredal. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but there you go. I've not actually heard of him as a director. I need to look at some of his previous films. I need to double check on that. Guillermo del Toro, on the other hand, I'm very familiar with. Pan's Labyrinth, such a masterpiece of a film. He does fantasy and horror so well as a director and as a writer. And he knows his audience. He knows that's what we want to see. We want to see story and, beautiful shots and just magic. His films are so magical, and it really brings home the beauty of cinema. And we know that he is also someone who loves cinema. I mean, The Shape of Water was really a masterful tribute to the old-fashioned horror film, the monsters in the swamp. I've forgotten the creature from the Black Lagoon. That was it basically, and such a beautiful film and well acted, and luckily a higher budget as well. This film looks really interesting. Let's just get straight into the trailer, and I'll have a brief chat afterwards. It's not going to be too long. Let's go.
This town has told stories about me.
Oh, it looks higher budget than I thought it would be.
Stories.
From the images I saw.
But they don't realize I have scary stories of my own.
Nice.
Sarah Bellows. Tell me a story.
Ooh. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Interesting.
Sarah Bellows' book.
Interesting song choice.
And the stories write themselves and it all comes alive.
Ooh.
You don't read the book. The book reads you.
Oh my god, that's it. That's the one.
I'm afraid I'm gonna die, Dad.
No. Hell no.
We're next. We're next.
Oh. That's like a spider. Yuck. Or is it hair? Ah, yeah. That really... No. Ugh. That made me jump a little. Got to admit. Oh, God. Okay, and there's good old Scary Mary. Waiting for her to turn up. She's clearly done scaring people on Ghostbusters in the library. Okay, so yeah, that was that was a really nice trailer. From the images I saw of it and from what I heard about it, I thought it'd be lower budget, but then again, it's got Guillermo Del Toro so involved. He's producing it, so he's probably put some money into it, so that's why then. Really interesting. One of the images I saw, and I let you know about it in the trailer, was that weird bloated looking corpse of a lady walking down the corridor. That's such a creepy look, so effective. And that last bit with the spider in it, anything to do with insects and maggots and anything like that burrowing out of your skin or inside your skin, that's enough to make anyone crawl, regardless of whether you're scared of them or not. I think spiders under the skin, or whatever that creature was, cockroach, not very nice. It's a bit, it's very it did still remind me very sort of 80s sort of or 90s slasher film type. You've got the innocent schoolgirl in the little pink dress or whatever, and she's blonde and she's about to be attacked by some sort of slasher. It's either that or it's a couple having sex that are about to be attacked, or it's a token minority person, black person usually, who's gonna die first. That's what it was like in the 80s. Not so much now, thank God. Us, for example, I'll get into that on a separate review. Anyway, let's get back to the topic, subject matter. I'm blabbering on, doing the same random stuff now. Yeah, that ghost at the end. I'm not sure. I'm trying to work out which story is which. So clearly, each creature, I'm guessing, is probably from a different story. So you've got that ghost woman. You've got that weird, distorted creature in a doorway. It was very. That was very Guillermo Del Toro. That was very, you know, almost like Mama, or like it's very Pan's Labyrinth in some of the creature designs. That creature in the doorway really reminded me of, him, whatever his name is, from Pan's Labyrinth, with the eyes in his palms. Very creepy, really creepy. The designs of these creatures have to be distorted and horrifying to actually be more believable, and that's exactly what they've done, from what I can tell. And it looks really, genuinely quite eerie and terrifying. There's clearly a story involving a few teenagers at the beginning in a house. I can briefly go through, and there's a narrator. I'm so bloody glad there's a narrator. I think that will work really well in terms of piecing together each individual story, or to blend them in with one another, especially when one ends, when one begins. Because without a narrator, the films might seem too separate and they might not blend well together as a whole film. With the narrator, it'll be able to help go from one to the other in a really creepy, like reading from an old-fashioned book type narrator. But I presume it's just going to be a voice. We don't know. And yeah, like I said, some of the creatures look genuinely horrifying. You've got some sort of exorcist vibe going on in one of them, and you've got like a creepy painting and a creepy book. The usual horror cliches that are, well known in horror films and horror stories and ghost stories. You've got like some sort of dungeon in a big house. Of course you do. That's, very, very cliche. You got Children of the Cornfield. It doesn't matter if the setting's quite cliche, as long as the story itself is unique, with unique creatures. And I think it's going to be a blast. I think it's going to be fun. You got a creepy corpse scarecrow and a zombie woman with her big toes missing wandering in the hallways as well. Very much like the game PT or the game Visage. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Quite unnerving. That creature in the doorway, though, it's just creepy. But the spider thing got me. I cannot believe the spider got me. The spider in the face. And it looks like she's set in the 1950s in that pink dress, like she's some sort of prom. She's just about to go to a prom, or that's just how they dressed in those days. So it looks like a sort of like an old story. Very Stranger Things as well in terms of the vibe and the way it's filmed. I like this. I really like this, and I cannot wait to see the film. I cannot wait to see the next trailer. Guillermo Del Toro has never let me down, so fingers crossed this is going to be great. And I want to hear your reviews. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I haven't looked into the stories. I don't know what they are, and I've never read the book, so I don't know the titles of them. I probably don't want to know. I just want to get into the film and see it for myself. I'll read the book afterwards. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd like to hear from you. And yeah, if you want to see any of my reviews, I've got a review for us on Instagram at the moment. Join my Instagram page, but I'm going to post a spoiler review on YouTube soon for us, so look at that. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. I'll catch you then.